So how much money do you make an hour? The reason I ask is I've got a way to hopefully help you use your valuable time to save a bunch of money. It has to do with getting multiple quotes. I don't know if you've ever had a project around the house that you need to get done, you're gonna hire someone to do it. How deep do you go when you're looking to hire someone? For example, a little over 10 years ago, we had to have a roof put on this house. The insurance company gave me a quote on some storm damage that we had to the roof, and it turned out to have the whole roof, tearing off the old, putting on a new roof. They gave me a quote of $12,032.23. And so that was my starting point. They were going to cut me the check. My job was to go and find someone. After the storm happened, we had people come by saying, hey, we'll replace your roof for the quote. I like to do things myself as much as I can, especially if it means I can save substantial amounts of money in the process. And so what I did was I started calling people up. I called 6 different companies altogether. 3, I just said, hey, tell me what you would charge to have this all redone. And I got prices that were above the insurance quote to a couple prices that were close to the number. Then I decided, well, what if I get all the materials and I just get a labor quote? And so for 3 of them, I got just a labor quote. My thinking was this: it's really easy to get a higher price by putting both the labor and the materials all in one quote. So long story short, the best quote I got was for $4,200 for labor. I was then going to be in charge of getting all the materials here, get the dumpster here. For a few hours of my time, making the order for all the materials, plus being available on the day they put the new roof on for any kind of miscellaneous stuff they might need, the bill for the labor, plus my materials that I went and got and had here on site ready for the roofers was a total of $8,200. And the insurance company had given me a check for $12,000. So in essence, I'm saved over $3,800 just by making a few phone calls, finding the lowest bid I could get from a reputable roofer, and me using my time to go get all the supplies here. But here's another one I got for you. We're finishing up this house that's been a total renovation, top to bottom. At one point, we had to get a quote for electric to rewire the entire house. We did the same thing, and so I went up. I think we got more than these, but these 3 I wanted to show you. We got one from a company that's kind of like an a la carte company. You tell them all the things you need done, and they have a number for each one of those things, and they just add all the numbers together and give you a price. So what they did was count the number of circuits, and they gave a number for each individual circuit and priced it all out, and in the end, the final price was $18,900. And then they give you a discount if you're a member for their services, of course. So that made it $17,200 to wire a house. We got another quote from another company, and the guy came in at $12,600. And then finally, the last one we got was the quote that we finally took, and it was from a guy that was, from a smaller town, independent electrician, and again, very reputable, great reviews, and he came in at $6,200. All this took me was several phone calls, meeting with the individual people to come and look at the house and quote it, probably less than 5 hours of my time, and I ended up saving from the worst quote to the best quote, at least $11,000. You may not have that big of a project, but just think if you only saved a couple $100s on a smaller project. A couple $100 saved is a couple $100 earned, and that's the whole point of taking the time out of your schedule, of your valuable time, to make a few phone calls, do a little research, and save a really decent amount of money. The bigger the project, the more you're going to save, but even if you did this over the lifetime of your house, whenever a project needed to be done that you weren't going to do by yourself, you still can save a lot of money by doing the work involved in making a few phone calls and getting a little information. It's well worth doing. You're going to save a lot of money. Hey, if you got anything out of this, go ahead and like the video. We really do appreciate it. It helps the video along, helps us along as a channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you're looking for more content like this, and we'll see you in the next video.